Hey everyone, as most of you know, the state of Georgia introduced new math standards back in 2023, and with that they also pushed out new and improved math learning plans. These were previously called the math frameworks. These learning plans have been found to be very high quality, but teachers have noticed that they're not exactly easily accessible, especially for day-to-day use with students. Therefore, Bartow County teachers got together and created these PowerPoints with all of the learning plans incorporated into them, and they aim to make the learning plans more convenient and easy to use in the classroom. So today I'm going to take a few minutes and just show you those PowerPoints and highlight some of the features that are included. Now first I want you to notice this is the hub where all of the PowerPoints are linked. So you've got all the grade levels listed on the left, all the units listed at the top, and each unit PowerPoint is linked in the grade level row. On the far right side, you'll see a link to all of the solution pages as well. You may notice that there are some units that are missing, and that is because this is very much still a work in progress. The unit PowerPoints are still being created as we speak, and this live document will continue to be updated until it is complete. So if you don't see what you're looking for, then keep checking back. At the bottom, you will see a link to an assessment bank. I'm going to click on that real quick. This will take you to folders with assessment questions for each grade level. These are straight from the DOE, and they mirror the high-level tasks that are expected by the standards. So if I click in the elementary assessment bank folder, you'll see that there's documents for each grade level. And if I were to click on one, it'll pull up resources such as teacher guidance like this one, or I can even click on the link for the student questions as well. And if you go back and look, I actually think there's a link for the answer keys too. Okay, so going back to the PowerPoints, let's choose one of these and go through it together just so I can show you everything that is included. So the first slide that you will see is the title slide. Obviously, you will see the grade level, you'll see the unit number, the name of the unit, and a short description of the unit. You'll also see the duration, or about how long the unit should take if you're following the DOE pacing guide. Each of the PowerPoints also includes this slide that describes the instructional design that each learning plan follows. First, you see engage, and I always think of this as like the activator or the hook or the opening. Here is where you capture the student's interest with a real-world example. Next, you've got explore. This just allows time for the kids to dig into open-ended questions, to experience productive struggle, and to also make connections with background knowledge. Many teachers also include their mini lesson and introduction to the standards and targets in this section. For apply, students will practice what they've learned. They will try to solidify their understanding in this section. And then for reflect, students will do things such as summarize, share, think about, or discuss their learning as they reflect. So each unit will include the standards and the learning targets or learning objectives that are included in the unit. And you will also see the learning progression. So like even though we're in third grade right now for this unit, you'll see where they came from before reaching the third grade and where they're going to after with this standard. And it just kind of helps you to grasp what they need to fully understand before moving on. Each PowerPoint will also have the academic vocabulary that's listed for the unit. If you ever want to see any official definitions, you can click here on the side, and this links you directly to the DOE's mathematics glossary, so you can get more information there. And then each PowerPoint will include a list of skills that will be incorporated into the unit. Now finally, to me, this is the most important slide because you have got a list of every single learning plan that's included in the PowerPoint, along with the standards and learning objectives that are included in that learning plan. Over here on the right side, is a list of interventions and supplemental activities that you can use to help students that are struggling with the grade level material. So what I like about this too is that the learning plans are linked here to this slide. So if I want to go to the learning plan called Building Fractions, I can just click on it here and it will take me directly to that slide. So each learning plan will have a title slide similar to this, where the learning plan is described. It'll tell you about each one of the tasks that are in the learning plan. You'll have the learning goals or learning targets, and also the materials that are required, or really the materials that are suggested for that learning plan. This is my favorite. It's a link to the student reproducibles, which is basically just the printable pages that go along with all the activities in the unit. So that is amazing to have. And then, of course, just any resources you may have laying around the classroom, virtual manipulatives, links to other activities. Sometimes you'll even see links to read alouds or videos or other things that will help throughout the unit. You'll see about how long that the learning plan should take if you do each of the tasks that are listed, and also the standards and objectives that are covered. And then finally, at the bottom, you'll have the grouping suggestions for each part of the learning plan. I'm going to take a second and just kind of click through what you're going to see in each learning plan. All of them will have a diagnostic assessment like this, and most will have these assessments linked in the student reproducibles. I've even used these as an exit ticket before, even though they're often suggested to be used more like a pretest to assess what students already know. You can see the Engage section and Explore. Again, I'm just going to click through these kind of quickly so you can get an idea of what could be included. And it's going to differ greatly depending on whatever unit you're in, whatever grade level. And then finally, each learning plan will end with formative assessment questions that you can use to assess and see where the students are, what they've learned, and what they still need to work on. All right, guys, I hope that was somewhat helpful. I know it was a lot of information, but I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of these learning plans, and I really hope that they will be useful to you in your classroom.